Hey guys, we're actually going to be taking on the Oakland Raiders here for this rebuild. We're going to be trying to rebuild them. They've kind of fallen on some hard times here. They used to be one of the top teams in the sim for sure. Like Madden 18, I would say they were definitely one of the top teams, but Derek Carr seems to have fallen off in his play a little bit since that MVP season. So it's definitely going to be a tough rebuild here. I am going to throw Carr on the trade block just because of how badly he regressed. He still has that star development, but at a 79 overall at 27, I don't know if he's going to upgrade a lot. So I think if we get a good offer, I am going to trade him away. Our offensive line is still decent interiorly. Tackles need some work. Colton Miller, the rookie, their first round pick, is only a 74 overall. That's not good. Yeah, the tackles definitely need to be replaced. Jared Cook, though, I like him as a tight end. Wide receivers and running backs could use a big upgrade. To be honest, this is going to be a long-term rebuild, I do think. Defensively, when you take a look at our teams, you got Jonathan Hankins, Maurice Hurst, who's going to be a nice rookie to work with. You got Arden Key, who only does have a 72 overall. He's going to have decent finesse move, but that awareness and play recognition is going to need a little bit of work. We're going to be running a 4-3 here, so that should be a little easier to build in the 3-4. Yeah, their defense is also going to need rebuilt almost completely. You do have Garson Conley here. He's going to be a good cornerback in his second year, I believe. Carl Joseph has taken a step back in the ratings as well, I think, with a 77 overall. So a lot of their players have regressed, which is going to make this rebuild a lot tougher than it was about a year ago. Yeah, this defense pretty much needs rebuilt. Linebacking core, cornerback core, defensive line, the tackles are decent, but the defensive ends do need some upgrades. We need a little bit of pass rush there. Linebackers would like some better ones there as well. So this is going to be, yeah, a full rebuild. Let's go ahead and set our season goal here. I think we're going to go about, I'll say 7 wins this first year, actually. Don't think we're going to be too good at all. I'll see you guys at mid-season unless I do get a good trade offer here for Derek Carr. So we are going to be back here at mid-season. No offers for Derek Carr, which is a little unfortunate. I was hoping we would get some kind of decent offer for him, but we got nothing. Right now we are sitting at a 4-3 record, which isn't bad all in all. Considering how bad our team is, I'm a bit surprised in that. Let's go ahead and check out the players we're going to need to negotiate with, though. Marshawn Lynch is not starting for some reason. I turned off injuries, though, so that's a little weird there. Jared Cook at 31, 87 overall. He's a good tight end. I really do like him, but at 31, I don't think I want to bring him back. He is up there in age. He's going to start regressing pretty big, especially at that age. It seems to be where they regress the most, so probably won't bring him back. Jonathan Hankins, yeah, I definitely want to bring him back. Coming over from Minnesota, I believe. Yeah, he's going to be a good defensive tackle at only 26. Him and Maurice Hurst should be pretty good together. I don't really want to bring these veterans back that Jon Gruden likes to bring in, like Marcus Gilchrist, Rashawn Melvin, Brandon LaFell. Martavis Bryant could be a good slot option at 26 years old. I probably want to try him out. Jalen Richard, probably going to let him go. A lot of these old people are not going to be on the team in the second year. So yeah, I'm mainly looking here just to bring back, let's see here, Martavis Bryant, Jonathan Hankins, and that's probably it, to be honest. A lot of the players are a little bit too old to try and bring them back. So that's what I'm looking like here at the mid-season. Let's go ahead and see what we finish this year. Alright guys, we're going to be back here at the end of the season. No playoffs. We actually did have a decent record at mid-season and then really kind of blow it because we just finished 8-8, which is not great in the terms of picks. So that's going to hurt us probably both ways. We were not real bad, but we finished 8-8, so we're not going to have the top pick. We don't have a lot of upgrades at all, so I'm not really going to show those, to be honest. Because when you look at our upgrades, the most one person has is Garson Conley. I'll just upgrade him because he literally has the most. So that's going to be a little tough because like our most upgrade points is 3. So yeah, this team did not upgrade much in the very first year of rebuilding them, which definitely could hurt us a little bit. So Garson Conley is definitely going to probably be our best cornerback, to be honest. Yeah, He can do a little bit of both man coverage and zone. I'll just upgrade the rest of those guys a little later because one upgrade is not going to be huge. Wow, the Chiefs won the division at 9-7. Let's go ahead and take a look at our stats. I don't really think Derek Carr is going to be the answer here. With 3,500 yards, 24 touchdowns, to 4 interceptions. That's a decent touchdown to interception ratio, 62% completion rate. Doug Martin has 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. We might try to keep Derek Carr for a year. I don't know. We'll see how it pans out here. Jordy Nelson has 74 receptions, 900 yards, 6 touchdowns. Jared Cook, 73, 806. Seth Roberts, 71, 840 and 7. So decent year here by the receivers. I mean, no 1,000-yard receiver though. Blocking, we'll see how that panned out. Oh, wow. Yeah, Colton Miller definitely is going to be a weak link for us, who allowed 23 sacks as a rookie. Defensively, Garan Conley? Yeah, I can never know if I say his first name right. But Conley leads the team in tackles, which is surprising. He's a cornerback with 106. Tahir Whitehead, 96. Carl Joseph, 92. Let's go ahead and check out the sacks here. Wow, we're getting like no pressure. 5.5 sacks, 5. Okay, Hurst and Key though lead the team, but that's not great for a team altogether. When the first person only gets 5.5 sacks, that's definitely not good. Yeah, at all. Interceptions wise, it looks like our defense was probably held us back here. Rashawn Melvin, 2 picks. Marcus Gilchrist, 2. 1 by Morrow. Garson Conley with 1. Carl Joseph with 1. So yeah, our team did not play great this year, but that's not surprising. We'll see if we can find anybody though in free agency. So back here in free agency, I'm going to make a few offers. There is some interesting people here. We do have a lot of cap as well. I was going to offer a contract to Anthony Barr, but the Redskins are just offering him way too much. Here's my negotiations. I am going to offer a contract to Tevin Coleman just because we do need a running back, and he's only 26. So that would be a pretty good fit if we're able to land him with an 85 overall. Pretty young, doesn't have really any development trait, but he's still a good overall. Then Preston Smith, we need to upgrade our linebacking core a little bit. So I'm going to offer him a contract. We are going to have like 2 first-round picks this year. So we should be pretty good. And then I think we have 2 the next year as well. So we're going to have some decent picks. Let's go ahead and see if they're going to accept the contract here. They should. These were like the only offer for both of them. Wow, only Tevin Coleman accepts. So I think I'm going to have to increase that offer on Preston Smith a little bit. Hopefully we can land him. And hopefully we can find somebody good in the draft here. Alright, so we're going to be in the draft here. We don't pick real early, and that kind of hurts because I didn't think we were going to be that good this year. But we finished 8-8, so we picked 16th, which isn't great. But there is a lot of areas I can go here. For some reason, I don't have 2 first-round picks, even though they got one for the Khalil Mack trade. But I don't have one in the Dallas trade, so I should have 3 this year. But it seems like they didn't add that, which is kind of tough. Ooh, there is a quarterback that is kind of tough to pass on when you look at his stats here. Do I want to give Derek Carr a chance? This guy ran a 4.58. Is there any other positions I need? Let's see here. Any offensive linemen that slipped early? Nope, there's really not any early prospects that are still available, to be honest. Yeah, like the cornerbacks and the safeties ran off the board. So I'm going to have to roll with this quarterback, scrambler. 77 overall with quick development. So that pretty much is Derek Carr right there, to be honest. Well, he's not going to have as good as accuracies, but he's going to be a better scrambler and should be able to upgrade a little bit more. Let's go ahead and get to our 2nd round pick. I'm only going to show the first 4 picks, but hopefully we find somebody good in these. To be honest, I kind of want to go offensive line here. Oh, the tackle I wanted got taken, so that's tough. Yeah, both of them did. There is a good power rusher here that I kind of want, to be honest. When you look at some of these power rushers, they're pretty good. Like, this guy's a 7.0 combine. That guy's pretty decent as well, who's late in the draft. He's only 21. I think I'm going to wait for him because there was a pretty good safety available late, I do believe. Yeah, the strong safety, I'd probably move him over to free safety. Gonna take him 78 overall, 16th in true talents. So that's gonna give us a free safety right there to build off of. Let's get to our 3rd round pick. I think I'm gonna go defensive end here. We need some pass rush ability, especially since we're gonna be running a 4-3. Oh, wow, quarterback slipped pretty far. Okay, if there's a power rusher I want is still gonna be available, so I'm gonna roll with him. Late 5th round talents. 78 overall is good. 20th in true talents. Oh yeah, he's going to be a pretty good pass rusher with already 81 power move. Decent strength. That's going to be a pretty good pick. And then let's go ahead and get to the last pick I show here, the 4th round pick. Let's make it a good one. Alright, pick player. Oh, I need a wide receiver. There is one that seemed to have slipped a little bit. That's not a great combine at all. I mean, at all, that's really not good. Alright, maybe a tackle if there's still a good one left. Hopefully. This guy's a pass protector with 9th in bench. Ooh, this guy's only 2nd in bench. And he's scheme fit. I think I'm going to roll with that. Okay, probably shouldn't have, because that's probably a horrible pick there, and it definitely is. So we'll end it here. So we're going to be back here at Season 2, and our team's looking pretty decent. We are going to have a quarterback here that we do draft in the 1st round. He's going to start over Derek Carr. I did throw Derek Carr on the trade block. So why I say our team's looking decent is offensive line's huge, I do see, because we finished with 8-8 record. We didn't have a lot of talent, but I think a good offensive line can help you play a lot better, especially in this sim for some reason. We go out and get Tevin Coleman. Wide receiving core, we have Martavis Bryant and Seth Roberts, which definitely needs upgraded there. Definitely could use one. Lee Smith at tight end definitely isn't going to be the answer either. So we're going to have to upgrade that position. But offensive line is pretty decent. I'm hoping our quarterback can upgrade. Tevin Coleman actually has a pretty good overall. Then defensive line is actually pretty good with McDaniel turning out to be a good draft pick. Arden Key's going to be a good pass rusher. And then Jonathan Hankins and Maurice Hurst should be pretty good. And our safeties are actually pretty good now with Carl Joseph and the rookie Venable. Cornerbacks, I'm hoping Conley here can turn into our #1 cornerback for us. Linebacking core, we're going to go out and have got Preston Smith, which should help out there. We still do need a little bit of an upgrade. Maybe middle linebacker. Well, definitely middle linebacker. Maybe Tahir Whitehead, though, could last at right outside linebacker. We'll see how he does. But yeah, we still do have some positions of need. So I don't know if I'm expecting playoffs this year. Probably not. But I'll be back with you guys at midseason unless, again, I do get a trade offer here for Carr. Oh, wow. We are getting offered a pretty decent deal here. The Jaguars are willing to give up a 1st-round pick in 2 years. That wouldn't be this next year, but that would be the 3rd year. That's actually a pretty decent deal, and I'm going to accept that. So Jacksonville trades for Derek Carr, and we'll see how he does down there. So we're going to be back here at midseason. We weren't doing too good. I think we were like 2-6. Players we're going to have to re-sign, though. Rodney Hudson's going to be one of the best centers in the game. Definitely want to bring him back. Carl Joseph is one of our young players as well that I want to bring back. 79 overall is decent, especially for only 24 years old. Let Seth Roberts test there. DeAndre Washington can go. AJ McCarron, yeah, really nobody I want to bring back except Rodney Hudson here and Carl Joseph. All right, well, no playoffs here. We finished 4-12, which is a major step back from last year. Let's go ahead and do some upgrades here for our team. We'll upgrade Colton Miller, who has an upgrade. That's decent. We definitely want to get our offensive line upgraded here. That's probably one of the most important parts of this rebuild. Tevin Coleman has an upgrade. Let's go ahead and upgrade his power back a little bit, see if we can get him. Well, probably not going to get him scheme fit, actually. That's a huge amount to get up there. That's like 10 points of that one. See, this guy just isn't going to be a great West Coast quarterback, which could hurt us because him not being scheme fit is not going to help. Defensively here, oh wow, we got a couple upgrades. Wow, Conley coming in with that 4 upgrade. He's going to be up to about the 83 overall, and that'll make him a pretty decent cornerback. He'll definitely be a building stone for us. Gonna turn into our #1 cornerback most likely with that 83 overall he should have here. And yeah, it's going to be pretty high. I seen our safeties actually had some upgrade points as well. Ooh, Maurice Hurst has 2. Yeah, Maurice Hurst has definitely been pretty good for us. I really want to get him scheme fit for this speed rusher, but I just can't seem to get it up. He just keeps on going up in run stopper. Well, he's going up by 2 upgrade points each time. He's getting some pretty good points here. Maurice Hurst already an 84 overall. He's got some pretty good stats for a defensive tackle. Carl Joseph coming in with 3 points. Yeah, see, it's almost like a little bit of that Cleveland feel where it's just going to take a little bit. We're just kind of waiting for our young players to upgrade a little bit. I'm a little upset that we didn't get those first-round picks that we should have got, though. Because it's pretty much like we gave Amari Cooper and Khalil Mack up for nothing. Because I didn't get the first-round picks from him. Our rookie safety has 2 upgrades here, which should get him up to a decent overall. Venable, going to be about an 80 overall safety, so we should have 2 good safeties throughout this rebuild. Let's go ahead and check out our stats now. Finished last in the division. Okay, that's not, I didn't like the numbers there. 3,500 yards, 22 touchdowns to 9 interceptions, 57% completion rates. Rushing the ball, Tevin Coleman, 1,200 yards, 4.5 average, 9 touchdowns is decent. Receiving, Martavis Bryant, 81 receptions, nearly 1,000 yards and 3 touchdowns. Seth Roberts, 800 yards, 5 touchdowns. Yeah, we didn't have the best receiving core, so I'm not expecting the best numbers his rookie year. Our quarterback, Colton Miller, went down in sacks substantially, only allowing 15 compared to 26 last year. Defensively, Tahir Whitehead, 113 tackles, Conley, 112, Markel Lee, 111, Venable, 91. Did Preston Smith do anything for us? 51 tackles isn't bad. Sacks, we get 7.5 by the rookie end McDaniel, 4 by Hankins, 3 by Arden Key, 2.5 by Hurst. I like our defensive line, I really do. 4 interceptions by Carl Joseph, 2 by Whitehead, 2 by Conley, Venable with 1. So we have some pretty decent defenders right now. They're just going to require a little bit of upgrading. So I mean, even though we didn't make the playoffs, I'm happy with how our defense played at least, and our offensive line stepped up a little bit too. Alright, taking a look at this free agency, we still have a lot of cap room, so I am going to offer quite a few contracts, starting with Myles Jack, which would greatly improve our defense if we're able to land him. And we should. We're 20 points above any other team. Eric Ebron, I'm hoping we can get him. He could kind of replace Jared Cook if we're able to bring him in. He's a pretty fast tight end. Nelson Aguilar, we need a wide receiver, to be honest. I mean, Marvin Bryant isn't going to cut it here. I mean, Martavis Bryant isn't going to cut it. We need Nelson Aguilar. That would greatly help. And then Jack Conklin would be a massive signing. Invest in that offensive line even a little bit more. He'd be a good right tackle for us. And with Colton Miller playing a little bit better, our offensive line might be complete throughout the rebuild if Miller is able to upgrade, because Jack Conklin's already an 81 overall. And then Jonathan Jones, I want to bring him in. He's a really fast cornerback. And if anything, he can play slot cornerback, or he can maybe even start across from Conley on the other side of the field. So we'll see if we can land any of these free agents. This is a pretty big class for us in free agency. It would help us out a lot if we're able to land a lot of these. Nelson Aguilar rejects it. That's tough. But we get Jack Conklin, we get Myles Jack, and we get Jonathan Jones. So, yeah, we're going to be lacking still in the receiving department, but our defense and offensive line, we get some good people here to help out. So start of the draft here, we picked pretty early, so I'm happy with this. We picked 4th overall. So with a pretty good free agency for us, we could make a big splash here. Don't really need a running back. We do have a pretty decent one. I wish I would have waited to pick a quarterback till now. Wow, those running backs are really nice. I'm not going to take one, but they're looking pretty good. Receivers, there is a receiver I want, and I think I'm going to have to. When you look at the stats, just look at that. 6'2", red zone threat, 4'4", 140. Good bench. We're going to draft him. Vertical jump is really good, 81 overall. So we need a receiver. We go out and get one. He's going to be 6'2", 22 years old, and his stats here are going to be pretty good, especially for our offense. I really like it. with the speed here. And the catch in traffic already at an 81. Good short route running. I see him being our #1 receiver, plus playing the slot for us, which should get him some upgrade points to begin. Let's go ahead and get to our next user pick. If we actually had the first round picks that they have in real life, we'd be pretty good right now, but we don't, so it's a little tough. Yeah, look at all these quarterbacks that are slipping. Oh man, I really want to take one of these quarterbacks because our quarterback just has not good accuracy at all. That's tough. I really want to take one though, like really badly. Is there any good players available still that I would want, is to be honest, besides a quarterback? That's going to be tough, I know. But I mean, that's a really good quarterback that's available. Did you see his accuracies? Any good cornerbacks available? Ooh, this zone cornerback doesn't have a great combine. But you look at this guy's stats here, especially for a field general, or this guy even, who's a West Coast fit. He's 21. I think we're going to have to roll with that, dude. I know it's a little tough, but he's going to be 12th overall. I know we draft 2 quarterbacks pretty high up 2 years in a row, but this guy's a way better quarterback than we drafted to begin with, so I might throw that guy on the trade block that we drafted. So that definitely did hurt us, drafting a quarterback the first year. I wasn't real confident with the pick, but I thought we needed to go out and get one. So we definitely did reach last year. Is there any receivers that are still available? I still do need one. I was looking at this guy. He's a 7.3 combine. He might be a good slot guy. At a 76 overall, he's pretty decent. He might actually be my starting slot guy here. I kind of like him there. With a 76 overall, it's a pretty good pick. Let's go ahead and get to the 4th round pick here, and that'll be the last pick I show you guys for this draft. Let's go ahead and see. What do we want? I do need an offensive lineman still. There is one available. I don't think there is really any high ones available though. Cornerback. If there's anybody decent, I would take him for the cornerback. This guy might be a little bit of a reach, but I'm going to go for it. 74 overall. I definitely think he'll play the slot for us. He has decent stats to play the slot. So I am going to attempt to make a trade here. I'm going to trade the quarterback that we drafted in the first year, try to get something out of him. Chris Godwin could be likely, and they're about to accept it. All we have to offer is probably a late round pick, like a 5th, and they should accept this. And I think this is a decent trade because, you know, we're trading a good prospect quarterback who has a 78 overall. He's pretty young, and we're trading for Chris Godwin. They still have Mike Evans and Deshaun Jackson, so I don't think it's that big of a trade here. But we're going to get Chris Godwin. That should help us out, especially in the receiving department. So taking a look here at our team, we are greatly improved. So we draft a quarterback that's going to really help us out. Somehow Brock Osweiler is on the team, and I'm not too sure how, because I definitely did not sign him. But he's on the team, and you know, that's a little weird. But yeah, we did get a quarterback here who's gonna start, and we did trade our quarterback we drafted in the first round of year 1 for Chris Godwin. So I think that's a pretty good trade. We get a good receiver. I am gonna start Bates, the rookie, as our #1 receiver. Chris Godwin's gonna be our #2 receiver and slot guy. And then Stuyvesant is gonna start at the 3rd receiver. Tevin Coleman is still gonna be here. Offensive line is actually looking really good, with Rodney Hudson still good, Osemele and Jackson still main pieces of our offensive line. Colton Miller's upgrading a little bit. And then we got Jack Conklin in free agency, which should really help out. We also get Eric Ebron to help out in the passing game. Defensively, we're still going to be running that multiple 4-3. We're going to have Arden Key, Maurice Hurst, who is now over Jonathan Hankins, and then McDaniel, who led the team in sacks just a year ago. We're also going to have a decent cornerback core with Garson Conley here, Jonathan Jones, the speedy corner, and Sullivan, the rookie, and then Venable, free safety, who's upgraded well. Carl Joseph has upgraded well as well. Miles Jack is going to come in and really be the leader of our defense. Preston Smith and Tahir Whitehead. So to be honest, just in 2 years, our team has greatly improved. I could see us going 9 wins this year easily because we really have a good team. I like our quarterback who has really good stats. I gotta take a look at his stats again because, I mean, look at his accuracies with a 90. He's fast too, 78 speed. So 92 accuracy, 88 medium, 77 deep. He's a West Coast quarterback, so he's already going to be scheme fit. And he got quick development, so that should really work out for us. Well, we're going to be back here at midseason once more, and somehow we're 1-6. So this is the worst start we've had. And it's definitely weird because I feel like this is the best team we've had for sure. But we're going to be 1-6, so players are going to have to re-sign. Chris Godwin, want to sign him to a big contract. Conley, definitely want to sign him. Osimile, yes. And then the rest of these people can just pretty much test. I don't want to bring any of these guys back. We should have another free agency with a lot of cap if we don't make the playoffs again. But yeah, I definitely want to get these 3 people re-signed, and then we should be looking pretty good. So no playoffs again here. We finished 7-9, which isn't great. I mean, it's definitely not good. We finished 4-12 last year, so we only improved by 3 wins. And I don't know if it's just a scheme, but our quarterback does just not throw for a lot of yards in this scheme. 3,600, 22 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. Probably going to change the scheme up a little bit here coming into next year. Tevin Coleman, 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Receiving the ball, Eric Ebron, 67 receptions, 700 yards, 4 touchdowns. Hudson Bates, 64 receptions, 900 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Chris Godwin, 63 receptions, 706. And then the rookie receiver coming in, not really getting a great amount of touchdowns, but he gets about 400 yards. Blocking the ball here, Colton Miller so allows 14 sacks, and then Conklin comes in and allows 13. That's not going to help you out. Defensively, Miles Jack leads the team in tackles by a lot. He has 128. Conley still has 87. Lee, 83. Carl Joseph, 78 sacks. We get 12.5 by Maurice Hurst. He's a defensive tackle. What are his stats looking like here? He's got pretty good stats. For a defensive tackle, pretty good stats. Markel Lee, 6. 5 by Arden Key. McDaniel, 4, and then Jonathan Hankins, 2.5 interceptions. We get 3 by Conley, 3 by Jack, 3 by Whitehead, 3 by Sullivan, 1 by Lee, 1 by Joseph, 1 by Jones. So our defense is playing pretty good. Let's see if we're in any of the yearly awards here. So what I'm seeing is our defense is pretty good, but our offense just isn't really playing great. Ace Thornhill wins MVP. AFC, are we in any of the Offensive Player of the Year conversation? No. Defensive player goes to Joe Schobert there. Miles Jack coming in at 6. Offensive rookie, okay, we win that. With our quarterback, I believe. Defensive rookie, we're up there with Sullivan. Best quarterback, we aren't in the top 10, which is tough. Best running back, are we even in there? Okay, Tevin Coleman coming in at 10. Wide receiver, we got nobody. Offensive line, Rodney Hudson coming in at number 6. Defensive line, we got Maurice Hurst. That's definitely pretty good. Yeah, Maurice Hurst has definitely played pretty well for us. We got Miles Jack in there. Probably don't got any defensive back. And then that's going to be it there. So let's go ahead and hop into free agency and see if we can make another signing. So we're going to be here in free agency again. This is going to be a very good free agency. I'm going to offer a contract to Davius White. He'd be an elite cornerback to add to that group. Corey Davis and him and Chris Godwin would be a nice duo. And then I think I would have Bates play the slot. And that's pretty crazy, seeing how I spent a first-round pick on him. I want to offer Phillip Lindsay a contract. Not to start over Coleman, but to definitely be the third down running back for us. And then you got Salomon Thomas. Somehow the 49ers let him go. And I know we have Arden Key, but he hasn't been very productive for us. So I feel like if we're able to get Salomon Thomas, that would give us a nasty pass rush on the defensive line. And then I'm going to offer a contract here to Taylor Moton. And if we get him, I would bounce him over to left tackle. And then we'd have a very good offensive line. Very good. So I'm hoping we can land all these players, to be honest. I really am. And I might start Phillip Lindsay actually over Tevin Coleman. I really like the way he plays. We get Phillip Lindsay, Tre'Davious White, Moat. Okay, so we get everybody. Salomon Thomas, Corey Davis, Moton, White, and Lindsay. So that's a very good free agency that we just got there. And that fills a lot of positions of need. And keep in mind, we're going to still have 2 first-round picks this next draft. Quick draft recap here. I do get 2 players that are actually going to start for me. With my 2 first-round picks, remember I did trade Derek Carr for a first round. So I get a defensive tackle with my very first pick. He's going to have star development. I get another monster to add on the line with Maurice Hurst. And he's definitely going to take the spot of Jonathan Hankins, 21 overall. 21 age, star development, 78 overall. He's going to be pretty good. He's going to have some good power moves, really good strength with the bull rush trait already. So him and Maurice Hurst should cause havoc. And then all I really needed on defense after that really good free agency period was a right outside linebacker. So I get Long Mills, who's going to be a good run stopper. That's exactly what we need. He's going to have 80 speed and outside linebacker, and he's got the good traits that you would want. So our linebacking core is pretty much completed here. So our defense is looking really good. So yeah, that's really the main 2 picks of this draft that are going to start, those 2 picks. Back here in year 4, I'm really liking the way our team looks. We got a quarterback now with an 82 overall. We get Philip Lindsay to make a nice duo with him and Tevin Coleman. We go out and get Corey Davis. We also got Chris Godwin in that trade. And then we got Bates. Our first round pick is going to be playing slot, and he should be a really good slot guy. Offensive line is really good. We have Rodney Hudson, Osemele, and Jackson. And then we go out and get Taylor Moton, who's actually going to be my right tackle. And I'm going to have Conklin play left tackle. Eric Ebron still at 87 overall. Defensively, we have a really good team. Maurice Hurst and Collins here are going to be starting on the defensive line. That should be a nice duo. We're going to have McDaniel and Salomon Thomas on the ends. That should give us a lot better pass rush. Tre'Davious White is going to come in and be a really good cornerback to go along with Conley. And then Jonathan Jones moving into the slot should be good. We still have 2 good safeties. They've upgraded the same about. They're both an 83 overall, Venable, and then Carl Joseph here. We're going to have some good safety groups. And then our right outside linebacker we get in the draft is going to be pretty good. We also have Miles Jack and Preston Smith. So we're going to have a really good linebacking core. I really do think our defense is pretty good, and our offense is pretty good as well. I'm just going to really be relying on my quarterback here to make some plays for me. I think we're going to make the playoffs in this 4th year. We'll see. Hopefully we do, because we're already in the 4th year, so I'm hoping we do make the playoffs. All right, we're back here at mid-season, and dude, what the hell? How are we 1-6? Are you joking? Man, I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. Can you tell me what's wrong with my team, first of all? Because defensively, we're elite. Offensively, we have a good team as well. And I'm not sure what the problem is. I'm really not. Players we're going to have to re-sign, though. That's definitely frustrating. Maurice Hurst, want to bring him back. We'll let Arden Key go. Miller can go. Yeah, other than that, probably not going to try to bring anybody back except Maurice Hurst. We do have Salomon Thomas to replace Arden Key. And Colton Miller really isn't needed on the offensive line anymore. So yeah, just going to try to bring back Maurice Hurst here. So we should have a decent amount of money here if we go into free agency again. And I'm just not sure why we're not doing too good, to be honest. I'm really not too sure. Wow, so no playoffs once more, and I'm not real sure what's happening. We finished 5-11, so somehow we're getting worse. And, you know, I don't know how, but we are. We're getting worse. There's no doubting about it. I mean, our record is progressively going down. I'm not sure what the problem is, because we have a very good team. Quarterback didn't play well. Almost 4,000 yards, 24 touchdowns to 10 interceptions, 57% completion rate isn't good. And I have to think that, oh wow, we have 2 upgrade points. That's decent. I have to think that it is going to be the scheme. I'm going to have to change it up the last year. I don't know, because when you look at his stats, he's a very accurate quarterback, especially short and medium. So you'd think West Coast offense, very good. But it turns out it's not. Rushing the ball. Let's see what Philip Lindsay did. Okay. I don't think he earned the starting job. I mean, Tevin Coleman was playing way better than him. He only had 800 yards and 5 touchdowns. Tevin Coleman was only playing the power running back, and he had 6 touchdowns. So I don't know about that. Corey Davis, though, we have a 1,000-yard receiver at least. 85 receptions, 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. Eric Ebron, 65, 703. Chris Godwin, 604. Bates, 703, averaging 15 yards per catch. Well, Philip Lindsay actually had a pretty decent receiving stats here. Blocking the ball, I hope we did good. I'm really hoping we did. Somehow our tackles are allowing double-digit sacks every year. We have pretty good ones. Defensively, we have 123 tackles by Miles Jack, 83 by Conley, Carl Joseph with 83. Sacks, I think we did pretty decent probably. We got 9 by Preston Smith, 8 by Salomon Thomas, 8 by Maurice Hurst, McDaniel with 5.5. The rookie, actually, did the defensive tackle that I brought in do anything? I don't think he did. Interceptions, we get 2 by Joseph, 1 by Jack, 1 by White, 1 by Venable, and 1 by Conley. So again, another rough year for us, and I'm going to have to turn to free agency and hope we can make some big signings there to really help us out. Alright, before we hop into the draft recap, I was going to do the free agency, but I just didn't have any cap, so I didn't want to show that because there's really no reason to. I literally had no cap left. So in this draft, I go out and get a guard. I don't think he's still going to start over the guard I currently have. He's Gabe Jackson. I mean, he's been there the whole rebuild, although he is pretty good. He doesn't have a lot of strength, but he is pretty decent. So I guess we'll see how bad Jackson regressed. And if it was pretty big, we'll probably start him over Gabe Jackson. But other than that, our team's pretty much going to be the same. So I'm hoping we might just be the scheme fit and might bust through and make the playoffs this last year. So back here in the 5th and final year, we know what time it is. It is Super Bowl or bust once again. It seems like it comes down to this a lot. And I mean, I think every rebuild, I mean, I don't know what's wrong with our team though, so I am going to start Fitzgerald over Gabe Jackson because he did regress quite a bit. Offensive line is still looking pretty good. Eric Ebron is still an 87 overall. Our quarterback's an 84. Philip Lindsay is actually going to start over Coleman because he did regress. Then we still have Corey Davis, Godwin, and Bates. So I like our receiving core. Defensively, we're really good. We have McDaniel. We're going to start Collins here again. Maurice Hurst, Salomon Thomas. We're also going to have Tre'Davious White, Conley, Jonathan Jones. We're going to have Mills, Jack, and Smith playing linebacker. I really like them. And then Carl Joseph and Venable have been good at the safety position really the whole rebuild. So yeah, I like our team. When you look at our team, we have a lot of strength on defense. Offense is pretty good as well. I mean, I'm hoping I did switch from a West Coast power run to a West Coast zone run. I'm also using Philadelphia's playbook because they also have a West Coast zone run scheme. So I'm hoping that can maybe help us out a little bit, but I don't know. Because when you look at our team, we definitely should be playoff contenders with the talent we have. So I'm going to hope that we do better this 5th year and hopefully make the playoffs. But I'm not going to check back here mid-season. There's not going to be any reason to. I'm just going to simulate all the way to the end and we'll see if we made it. Alright, so we're going to be in here in the playoffs. I am just going to do play the moments. I was going to jump in, but I can just call like freaking cheat plays and get all the way there. I'm just going to jump in if it gets hairy, if you know what I'm saying. Like if we got a limited amount of time left and I got to jump in here, we're going to do it. Right now it's 6-0. Tennessee's driving. They get 3. It looks like our defense is pretty decent. Tennessee gets a touchdown pretty easily. 2-minute drill, we'll jump in here. Yeah, so to be honest, I think this is more fun because I'm not like controlling the whole game. I'm just jumping in certain situations. We get to test out the team a little bit. We'll see. First play here. Gonna toss it. Ooh, that's gonna be tough catch. Oh, he catches it. And he gets out at the 43. What a grab by Godwin. I thought that was gonna be intercepted. Great grab. All right, it looks like they're like lined up in a cover 4 here. We're gonna hike it though. Toss it. And Bates comes up with the grab. He's got a lot of speed. And he gets up to the 21. All right, this might look a little questionable, but I'm going to try to run it here with Philip Lindsay. He's going to get a decent run. And he's going to get up to the 10. I'm going to call a timeout. All right, we'll see. We got a couple targets we could go to here. We'll see who gets open. Gonna toss it. Oh, bad throw. We had Bates open. Bad throw. All right, 3rd and goal. We're going to motion out Lindsay here. This could confuse him a little bit. We'll see. Lindsay's going to motion out. And we're going to toss it to Godwin, who can't get the touchdown. I got to call a timeout. And I'm just going to have to settle for the field goal here after Godwin cannot get the touchdown. We're going to go for the field goal, and we nail it. All right, so just continuing, play the moments here. Going to let my team try to play it here. Couldn't get a field goal, but we're able to hold Tennessee pretty decent. We need a touchdown or something, please, to give us a better lead. Big field goal. Okay, we take a 9-point lead in the 4th. We should be pretty good here. Actually, nope. We give Tennessee the ball back with a decent amount of time. They're going for it on 4th. Oh, if they score here, it's tough. If they score here, it's tough. 4th down. They get the touchdown. We're going to have to jump in. All right, well, of course they had to score there. That always puts me in these kind of situations. 40 seconds remaining. Can we score? That's going to be the big question mark. Just going to toss it out to Lindsay. All right, he doesn't get much. We're going to have to call a timeout here. Save as much time as possible. Well, the good thing here is all we need is a field goal. Looks like they're blitzing from the right. Going to put a mic on him. And I'm just going to... Oh, no. We get sacked. Jesus. Go hurry up mode or something, bro. Actually, timeout. Well, not a great spot to be in at all. I mean, 3rd and 10. Game is on the line pretty much. We need something. I'm going to toss it over the middle to Corey Davis, who's able to get a decent gain. We're going to have to call a timeout here. And we got a chance. Or we almost need a miracle here, dude. 1st and 10. We need something to go our way. And I'm just going to toss it back over the middle. Oh, we can't stay on his feet. That's tough. Go hurry it mode, bro. We got to do something fast. Hopefully I can get one more play after this. That's what I'm hoping for. Get out of bounds or something. Hike the ball. Hike it. All right, toss it. Please. We might have just enough time. At the 37, 2 seconds remaining. Are we in field goal range is the question. 54-yard attempt. They're going to ice us for sure. Yeah, they're going to ice us. All right, so we are going to be iced here. Can we get the field goal? I'm hoping that was good, and no, right off the crossbars. Oh my God. Dude, it was that close. Are you kidding? And we lose to the 8-8 Titans? That's tough. That's tough, but, I don't know. This rebuild was tough. I think they need to fix the sim, because when you look at our team, we definitely should have made the playoffs before this. It was still a fun game. I mean, 20-19, but we should not have lost to the 8-8 Titans. That was tough. That was my fault, though, for the field goal. We were in field goal range. They iced me, and I'm not real good after they ice you on those kicks, but that's going to be it for this rebuild. Couldn't get very far this rebuild. Let me know in the comments who you guys want to see next for the rebuild, and I'll shout you out next. Rebuild. Hope you're enjoying the series. Peace out.